Hello and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be doing a stock analysis on Wingstop. So if you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And of course, remember this isn't financial advice. This is purely entertainment and educational purposes. Now, what is Wingstop, you might ask? Well, it is a fast food place in the United States that only serves chicken, a bit like KFC. Now, I have to say I like Wingstop quite a lot, and currently I think we are gonna see some very nice profits. Even though, as you can see right here in the graph, we are riding a bull market currently. As you can see, it's crazy ever since all the way back here in 21st of April. As you can see, we have risen 120 bucks a share basically, which is quite a lot, of course. But I do really like Wingstop as they just perform so much better than basically every other fast food place. Now, comparing to McDonald's, Wingstop is opening more and more franchises, and 4 years ago they had 1,300 stores, and now they have 2,300 stores. That's 1,000 stores more, which is very insane. And as well as McDonald's, they run a franchise operation, so you can open one yourself. You just need to lay down $500,000, and you can open up your own Wingstop store. So if you look at the graph currently, as you can see, we were trading up at quite a lot higher all the way back in the mid to late of 2024, all the way up in $433, and then we did fall quite far down, as you can see here, kissing the bottom here at 206, or what's that, 203, and then it started off going a bit downwards because I just think it was priced a bit too high. It had been too great for too long. And then we did see this earnings that missed a bit, which of course also made the sentiment to keep the sell-off great. So yeah, that is of course why it tumbled, and then it didn't really have that strong performance. And then we did see this, of course, beat estimate earnings, but still analysts weren't positive enough until we saw this right here. The last earnings, as you can see right here, up by 14%, where it really gained the bull again. As you can see, we did see a huge spike on the day, and it is just continuing. Now, as you can see here on the earnings, they are quite decent. As you can see, they are quite in tow with what they usually are, so it doesn't seem like they are going to explode or fall quite far behind. It's quite normal. So they make great earnings, and they beat them by a decent amount. I do like to see companies that guide this well. Some companies, they miss them by 100% or beat them by 1,000%, and I hate to see that. I think that's just poor leadership. Now, dividends, they pay out quite poor dividends. You can see 0.33%. As you can see also here on the blue D, they paid out recently in the 16th of May. They also paid out in March, which means, as you can see, and they also paid earlier, as you can see right here, in November. So they pay them out 4 times a year, which is quite great, of course, which means you can get a dividend snowball rolling even faster. But I would not buy this stock for the dividends, as it is quite poor at 0.3%. So I would find some other dividend stocks if you want those. Now, as you can see here on their earnings, it is quite great. As you can see, just look at this from 2020. It's just increasing and increasing and increasing. So it's very nice. And now, as you can see here in the financials, as you can see, at the start, it was quite a lot of company earnings and franchises. Now, the company itself also owns some Wingstops that is operated directly by corporate, but main part of the stores are operated by franchisees. And over here, we see the color change where royalty and franchises and others turn blue. And you can see advertising fees. I'm not quite sure how that actually works with a franchise store, but they are raking in a ton of money in advertising fees. You can see that down here. So that might be other companies that are advertising in the stores with Wingstop. And then we see the orange one, which is company-owned restaurants. So that is the directly owned by the company, as you can see. They're also making a huge amount of money, but it's not even half of royalty and franchise fees over here. But look at how much growth we've had since 22. In 22, as you can see here, it was just about 320 million, and it almost doubled that in 3 years, which is quite in no 2 years, which is quite insane. So very interesting stock. Now, if we look here in the seasonal, as you can see, this has been a great stock to own most years. We did see, as you can see, we're all the way back in 2020. If we go back to 15, as you can see, it has been a great stock to own basically always. We have 2 poor years, 15, which was the year they launched. It's not uncommon to see a stock do that. And then 2022, of course, 2022, basically no one made any real money in 2022. But besides from that, these great gains means that these low 30s and 50s and 60s and even 90s show that we are going to see, you don't need to own the stocks for that many years to see a 100% increase. Of course, if you buy it at 100 and it decreases 30% that year, then you get all the way up to 130, and so on and so forth, even the next year after that, which is of course quite great. So very, very interesting stock, and I do like this much more than Burger King and McDonald's. And I say I even own McDonald's myself, and I don't own any Wingstop. Now the reason I do have McDonald's is more because of the dividends, and simply because I did not know of Wingstop when I bought the McDonald's stocks. Now the technicals on this, as you can see for the day, it's a strong buy, and for the month it is still a strong buy, and that should surprise you. Just look at this graph, it is goddamn beautiful. So I think it's very great, and it would not surprise me if by the end of this year this stock is going to end in 440, 480. Would not surprise me at all. As you can see, however, here I might be too positive, because as you can see we have 26 analysts on this, and the average is up by 0.4114% of where we are currently, even though we did see quite a bull recently. And we have 13 strong buy, 4 buy, 8 hold, and 1 sell. So a bit all over the place. I do like to see it when analysts have such different ratings on it, which means that people really are looking this through and have different opinions on it, which is always better than only strong buy. But it really wouldn't surprise me if it ended all the way up here in 440. I could definitely see that happening. Just because of the track record it has, it would not surprise me at all. It really, really wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. So that is my bet. So I am very, very, very hyper bullish on Wingstop at the moment. I think it's going to be a great stock to own this year and the years ahead. And it would not surprise me to see if they made stock splits within the next 2 or 3 years, because I think it is going to increasing, and companies like Wingstop, it would definitely benefit them if they made stock splits, which would give more liquidity to the stock and more volume, which means the chances are it's going to increase again later in the future. So very, very interesting at the moment. Now, if you did like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And of course, remember, if you want me to make analysis on any other companies, please leave them in the comment section below.